Home sellers, you'll want to price a little conservatively right now. That is what the data supports. Hey guys, it's Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. We're with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 26th of January. It's way too cold here, but I have nothing to complain about compared to where the temperatures are in some other states right now. As always, I'm gonna show you what Utah's housing market looks like. I'm gonna show you the data that I pull right off the MLS every Monday, and I'll tell you what I think it means for you home sellers and home buyers here in Utah. Let's get straight to it. Here's where things are in the Utah housing market as of the 26th of January, 2026. Our current inventory stands at 10,599. That's down by just a few from the previous week. This is still trending down as we see it on this chart from the beginning of last year's fourth quarter, but it's looking pretty level across this last month. The prior week's average days on market came to 77. That's down from the previous week, still clearly trending up. Last week, our average list price in Utah came to $686,650. That's down from last week, trending very moderately down right now. And last week's average sold price came to $670,219. So that difference between average list price and average sold price is in the buyer's favor to the tune of $16,359. Also importantly, median sold price this last week came in at $515K, and that's a little up from where it was the previous week, but it's still well within the norm, the range of where it's been for the last quarter or so. And like I always say, it's good to know that more people are having an experience much lower than what the average actually is. Number of homes sold last week came to 300, and that is down from the last week and trending down. But look at what's under contract. So currently under contract, we have 4,454 homes, which is up significantly from the week before. And this is trending up strongly just across the last few weeks. And that will start to show up with more homes sold per week in just a couple more weeks here. Last week, the number of price reductions that we had on homes on the market came to 817. That's down from the previous week, trending down still. It had a pretty strong surge up with the new year, but it's tapering off again. Last week, the number of listing contracts that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS came to 314. That's down from the previous week. This is trending pretty level at the moment. And last but not least, interest rates as a national average for a 30-year fixed rate conventional loan stand at 6.17% right now. That's up a bit from the previous week's average, but this is pretty level across the last month. It came down and it snuck back up a little bit. Now, what does it mean for home sellers? It is important for home sellers in Utah right now to let this data sink in. You want to price conservatively a little bit ahead of the direction the market is moving. You want to get in front of the demand instead of chasing it down, and you will do better on your home sale that way than with a conservative price point in the beginning, right when you put it on the market, than if you had put it on the market with a hope and a prayer to squeeze all the money possible out of it, and as a result, stayed on the market for 3 months while you chased sellers, and as a result, stayed on the market for 3 solid months while you were trying to find a buyer. Home buyers in Utah right now, understand clearly that the market leans a little in your favor right now. It did not topple all the way over. That is a very seductive idea that is prevalent, particularly online, but the data does not support it. I've made a lot of informational little shorts and reels across the last couple of months here on YouTube and on Meta and on TikTok. On all platforms, by the way, you can find me as Christopher Halcyon, but in all that educational content, I'm trying to get this point across, both to sellers and buyers. Sellers, it's not the time to try and overprice your home. It's not even the time to try and price it right where you think it belongs compared to the comparables in your neighborhood. You want to get just a little bit under that. And I've been trying to get this message out to buyers. Guys, I don't care who you listened to on YouTube other than me. If they're trying to sell you the idea that we are in or about to have a housing market crash, I challenge them to bring me their face and their data and their name, and I will compare my data to theirs. And believe me, if the market is crashing or looking with the economic indicators as if it will go that way, I will 100% be the first person to show you. It's just not going that way right now. And that's it for this week, guys. So thanks for watching. If this is the kind of data you want to stay up to date on, particularly if you are looking at buying or selling a home here in Utah in the coming quarter or two, you will make better decisions with better information and data. That's why I make these videos. You won't do better than to hit that subscribe and follow up on this with me from week to week. And as always, if you have any questions about the data or how I've presented it, feel free to hit me in the comments. I'm always gonna be happy to respond. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks, bye-bye.